What is the spiritual dream meaning of adultery?
This isn't just a quote. This was a real woman's life. A woman who kept 2 diaries, one to tell the truth and one to make sure no one ever found out. Her name? Anaïs Nin. And she was brilliant, radiant, just relentlessly alive. A celebrated writer who called herself a lover of life. But the rest of the world? Well, they had another word for her. A liar. You see, she was living in 2 completely separate worlds. In one corner, you've got her husband, Hugo Geiler, the stable, devoted banker. And in the other, her lover, Henry Miller, the passionate writer. An affair that went on for decades. And trust me, there were others. But look, this wasn't just about cheating. Not really. She was hemorrhaging from the inside, literally starving for a part of herself that her marriage was suffocating. So she chased her freedom, and she did it recklessly. The cost was devastating. And every single night when she closed her eyes, her dream world was right there, waiting with its verdict. So if you are having this dream, dreaming about adultery, you need to understand this right now. Your subconscious isn't trying to punish you. No, it's trying to save you. So let's ask the hard questions. What part of your life are you betraying right now? And what hunger is buried inside you? A hunger that's gone unanswered for so long that it's actually become dangerous. And finally, what truth are you keeping 2 different versions of? Just like Anaïs did. Because that is exactly what this dream is pointing to. You know, most people who have this dream, they wake up just drowning in guilt, or they're totally paralyzed by fear. They think, oh my God, it's about my partner, my relationship, they spiral. And in all that panic, they miss the entire message. Here's the thing you have to get. Your subconscious speaks in symbols. It doesn't do literal. So in the dream world, adultery isn't really about adultery. It's a symbol for betrayal. And 9 times out of 10, it's about a betrayal of yourself. Let's go back to Anaïs Nin for a second. Her whole struggle was that she couldn't bring together the woman she was supposed to be with the woman she actually was. Now, for most of us, that conflict plays out in our dreams first. And in a way, your subconscious is being merciful. It's giving you a chance to see the wound before it turns into a permanent scar. Okay, but we need to go deeper because there's a spiritual layer to this that you absolutely cannot ignore. This dream, it's filled with the imagery of a broken covenant, of sacred vows just being shattered. So what's a covenant? Well, across almost every spiritual tradition, it's the deepest, most sacred promise you can make. A promise to another person, to God, or to yourself. So when this dream shows up, your own spirit is asking you a very direct question. Which promise that you made to yourself have you just quietly let go of? And the imagery in these dreams is so specific, right? You see hidden rooms, unfamiliar faces. You get that horrible feeling of being caught. And there's this overwhelming mix of desire and shame all at once. Every single one of those symbols, it's a doorway. It's a doorway to a part of you that is fighting to be seen. And that is why this dream is not shameful. It's actually sacred. And it's going to keep coming back again and again until you finally listen to what it's telling you. Think about it. Anaïs Nin spent her whole life running between those 2 worlds. She was never able to integrate, never able to feel whole. And the private pain she must have felt, it was immense. But you don't have to live a divided life like she did. Your dreams are literally trying to show you the seam, the crack between your 2 versions of yourself. And it's showing you now while you still have time to mend it. So please, pay attention. I'm telling you, this is not a dream about sex. This is a dream about survival.
Part 2. So let's get one thing straight. That dream, the one that had you waking up in a cold sweat, it is not a crystal ball. It's a message, and your subconscious is using the most jarring language it knows to get you to finally pay attention. It's not about what you think it is, not even close.
All right, first up, let's tackle the one that sends a lightning bolt of guilt straight through you, the dream where you're the one cheating.
Your eyes snap open and bam, the shame hits. You're convinced you're a terrible person, that something is fundamentally broken in your relationship. You feel like a complete and utter traitor. But hold on, just stop right there.
You know, this dream, it's almost never about your partner. It's about you. The other person in that dream, they're not some secret crush. They are a symbol. They represent that part of your life you've been starving, that passion project, that talent you buried, that version of you that you've shoved aside for everyone else.
So here's the work. This is what you do. 1. What was so damn attractive about that person? Pinpoint it. Was it their freedom, their confidence? That's the clue. 2. Name the hunger. What is your soul actually starving for? And 3. Go feed it. Find a healthy way to bring that energy into your real life without blowing everything up.
Okay, so let's flip this. What about the dream that throws you into absolute panic mode? The one where your partner is the one cheating?
Oh, this one feels so real, doesn't it? It feels like you just saw the truth. Your first instinct is to wake them up, to confront them, to demand answers. But before you detonate that bomb, you need to take a breath.
Listen to me. This dream is a mirror, not a window. It is almost always reflecting your fear of being left behind. It's not about what they're doing. It's about a part of you that already feels emotionally disconnected, insecure, unchosen. Your brain is just playing out your biggest fear.
So the work is on you first. Do not weaponize this dream. Don't throw it at your partner like an accusation. Instead, you reflect. You ask yourself, where's the real emotional gap between us? The conversation you actually need to have isn't about cheating. It's about intimacy. It's about connection.
But it gets weirder, right? What about those dreams where you're just a bystander, or it's your friends, or your family, or even total strangers doing the cheating?
When you dream about someone you know cheating, your subconscious is using them as a stand-in. They represent a piece of you that you refuse to look at, a part you judge, a part you've pushed down into the dark. We call it the shadow. If you're disgusted by them in the dream, guess what? You're suppressing that exact same trait in yourself.
Now, the stranger, that's a whole different story. With the stranger, it's not about who they are. It's about the energy they bring. It's all about the feeling. So the most important question you can ask yourself is not, who was that person? It's, what did they feel like?
Did they feel wild, powerful, free, totally confident? Whatever that quality was, that is exactly what your soul is screaming for you to develop in your own life. That dream is an invitation. It's a call to become more of who you're really meant to be. And really quick, if an ex pops up, forget them. It is not about them. It's about who you were back then. They are just a symbol of a lost part of yourself that needs to be reclaimed right now.
So, are you starting to see it? You cheating, them cheating, friends, strangers. They all feel so different, but they are all pointing to the exact same powerful underlying truth.
So what is it? What is the one single thread that ties all of these nightmarish dreams together? This is it. Every single adultery dream, no matter the form, is a massive alarm bell telling you that a sacred promise, a covenant, has been broken.
But here's the twist. It's not the covenant you think it is. It's not about the promise you made your partner or your boss or anyone else. The most dangerous promise you can ever break is the one you made to your own soul. The promise to use your gifts, to live your truth, to chase what makes you feel alive. That is the betrayal your dreams are screaming about.
So please, you have to hear this. These dreams are not here to judge you. They are not here to prove you're a bad person. They are an emergency rescue mission. They are trying to save you from a life that has gotten too small, too safe, too quiet. They are here to keep you alive.
So listen.
Part 3. Okay, let's get right into it. We are so past the point of theory now. Because here's the bottom line. Just reading this, it's not enough. You have to act. What is the point of understanding what the dream means if it doesn't change what you do when you wake up? This is about your life. This is about action. First up, for the journaler. You know who you are. If you process things on the page, if your thoughts take shape in ink, then your first move is right here. And this is not a gratitude list. This is a targeted intervention. Now, what's really important here is the discipline it takes. 10 minutes, raw, uncensored, don't you dare edit yourself. Then you pivot. This is the key. You stop talking about the dream and you start talking to it. You treat it like a messenger who has just walked through your door. You ask it straight up what it wants. And that final step, it's non-negotiable. This begins tonight.
Because your subconscious is not going to give up. Trust me. If you ignore a whisper, it's gonna start to shout. If you ignore the shout, it will start throwing rocks. Why wait for the full-blown nightmare to finally get your attention? Okay, next. For the spiritual woman. If your life is built around a spiritual core, if integrity and your connection to something bigger are everything, then your work is less about dream symbols and more about a ruthless spiritual inventory. And it all comes down to one brutally simple question, applied methodically. You look at your relationship. What did I promise here, and am I keeping it? You look at your health, your body. What did I promise? Am I keeping it? Your creative life, your calling. You go right down the list. And I'm telling you, the place where your yes has slowly become a no, that's it. That is the source of the rupture. That is the wound the dream is trying to show you. So the crucial point is this. This is not a minor issue. A gap between your deepest promises and your daily actions is a soul-level crisis. It's a life unlived. And every single day you wait, that gap just gets wider. You have to close it. Now. Now for the woman whose relationship is under serious strain. Listen to me. Your dream is not the problem. Your dream is the smoke alarm screaming its head off. The fire is the growing disconnect between you and your partner. You have to address the fire. And you absolutely have to know the difference between these two things. A fight is about winning. It looks backward, it assigns blame, it rehashes the same old wounds. A conversation is about connecting. It's about stating your own feelings, not attacking their character. It's an attempt to build a bridge across the silence, not a wall. And if you don't know where to start, use these words. This is the key. It's not an accusation, it's an affirmation of value. It tells your partner, you matter, we matter, and because we matter, we have to do this hard thing. And make no mistake, that quiet drifting apart is so much more dangerous than a loud fight. Because that drift, left unchecked, it solidifies. The distance becomes the new normal. You have to act now, while there's still a we to save. So what if the affair in your dream isn't with another person, but with a part of yourself you abandoned? That part that wanted to write, or paint, or build something. Your soul is still in love with that calling, even if your conscious mind has tried to forget. Just look at this plan. It's simple. It's not intimidating. 2 hours. That's it. The goal isn't to finish the novel or launch the business. The goal is just to show up, to send a signal to that deep, creative part of yourself that you heard the call and you are on your way back. Because that abandoned part of you doesn't just go away quietly. It turns sour. It becomes the voice of regret that will haunt you for decades. And trust me, regret is the heaviest thing you will ever carry. Don't pick it up. Okay, but what if feelings and spiritual audits aren't your language? What if you need data? Fine, let's use data. If you trust numbers more than intuition, then let's give your intuition a spreadsheet. Look at how clear this is. You track the dream, the feeling, and what was actually happening in your life. After a month, the pattern becomes undeniable. You will see, right there, in black and white, the direct line between a fight with your partner and a dream of abandonment. That's not a feeling. That's actionable intelligence. But here's the trap for the analytical mind. Analysis paralysis. Just gathering insight without ever acting on it. So you have to set a hard rule for yourself. 1 data review, 1 concrete action. No excuses, no exceptions. Now, for the woman who has poured herself out for everyone else until there is nothing left. Your dream isn't about wanting a new partner. It's the woman you used to be, and she is crying out to be remembered. And the antidote is an act of sovereign selfhood. Something small, but intentional. The action itself, the walk, the bath, it's less important than the declaration behind it. It's a potent whisper back to your own soul. I exist, I am still here. And this isn't selfish, it is essential. A mother who has erased herself cannot be a present mother. Her quiet resentment will build and build until one day it is not quiet anymore. You have to attend to yourself now as a preventative measure. Finally, if you are in deep healing work, therapy, recovery, and this dream shows up, do not panic. This is not a setback. This is a sign that the work is actually working. This dream means your psyche finally feels safe enough to start unearthing the things that have been buried. It is proof of movement. But the crucial part is this: you cannot carry it alone. Silence will stall your healing. The urgency here is to speak. Bring this material into the light with someone you trust immediately. The cautionary tale of Anaïs Nin illustrates the ultimate cost of a divided life. She tried to live multiple stories, and in the end, she couldn't be fully known or loved in any of them. The price of fragmentation is wholeness itself. You have the chance to write a different story, a story where all the parts of you belong. Your dreams are the first draft. Don't ignore them. The question isn't what the dream means. The question is, what are you going to do about it?